the field. 25 laps are up on the grid. We're headed down into turn number 1. Bobby Tripp down on the inside in that white 88. The 80 of Mike Cavallaro on the outside as they hit turn number 3.
Off of 4, it's going to be Tripp in the Everett's Auto Parts truck number 88, leading lap number 1. Right there with him is Mike Cavallaro on the outside in the 80.
Down the backstretch they go, still wheel to wheel at the top of the field. Down into turn number 3. Duarte sits in that third spot. Taking a look down to the inside as they hit turn number 1. Tripp continues to hold on at the top of the leaderboard, but not by much. Cavallaro sits in that number 2 spot, working that top lane as they head down through 3 and 4.
Bobby Tripp has his hands full, and back of him it's Duarte. On his outside, it's Cavallaro. Bobby Tripp continues to lead off of 2 down the backstretch.
Cavallaro sliding back just a little bit on the outside, trying to gather it back in, but Mike Duarte filling the hole down on the inside as they come off of turn number 4. Behind them, Jake Vanada, Arseanult, and Rick Martin run in tandem down into the first and second corner. Tripp looking for his first win of the season, sets the pace down into turn number 3. Duarte now up into the second position.
Here comes Mike Duarte all over the back bumper of Bobby Tripp. Tripp continues to lead down into 1 and 2 with Cavallaro in third spot down the backstretch.
Off the second corner they come, and Duarte starts to put pressure on that 88 of Cavallaro. Vanada takes a peek to the inside of Cavallaro. They head down into turn 1. Tripp continues to lead the charge. Down into 1 and 2. Cavallaro third with the 29 of Vanada and the 8 of Campbell, your top 5.
Mike Duarte is working that back bumper of Bobby Tripp as they continue off turn 4, across the stripe and into 1, 7 laps in.
7 laps are down. 18 laps remain as they head down the back straightaway. Vanada has moved up onto a podium spot. Down into turn number 3. Off the corner, Campbell down to the inside of Cavallaro as he is fighting the handles on that higher graphics number 80, trying to hang on. And up front, Mike Duarte again putting pressure on Tripp down into 3.
Continues all over the back bumper, but don't look now. Jake Vanada up to position number 3 as the 50 truck of Mike Duarte is going to battle for the lead with Bobby Tripp into 2 and onto the backstretch.
The Roaches Landscaping number 50 gets a dive down to the inside as they hit 3 and 4. Tripp still working that outside lane down off the corner. But Duarte, little by little, is gaining ground. They come off the second corner. Tripp with a good run up on the outside, down into 3.
Step by step, inch by inch. Here comes Mike Duarte to the inside of Bobby Tripp. It's going to be 3 wide almost at the start-finish line. Jake Vanada works his way on the back bumper of Mike Duarte. We've got a 3-man battle for the lead.
Tripp finding out outside lane, working well up on the outside as they hit turns 3 and 4. Duarte has not been able to take advantage of that bottom lane so far. They roll down into turn number 1. When they come back around, the cross flags are out. It'll be 13 down, 12 to go. Right at the halfway point, it continues to be Tripp and Duarte. Side by side, down to the stripe, and Tripp again by 32 hundredths of a second that time.
Ever so close. Mike Duarte continues to battle, and it's going to be a battle nose to nose in 3 and 4. Here comes Mike Duarte on the low side.
And Duarte will take the lead at lap number 14 by a hair, with Tripp close by on the outside. Vanada sits in the third spot. Campbell and Martin, your top 5 as they roll down into 3 and 4. The field has strung itself out. Other than that battle up at the front, it continues to be Duarte down low, Tripp on the outside, Vanada knocking on the door off of 2.
It's a battle continuing up front here, and if you're in your seat, get up on your feet because we have a great battle for the lead up front. Mike Duarte continues to lead over Bobby Tripp, but here comes Jake Vanada.
Vanada continues to look to that inside lane, trying to make it 3 wide for position, but hasn't been able to make a challenge, while Tripp continues to keep pace up on the outside. They both drift up. Vanada down to the inside. 3 wide at the stripe, down into 1. Vanada's got to back off the throttle and settle it behind. He loses a little bit of momentum, while Bobby Tripp finds his up on the outside. They roll off of 4. 18 laps up on the board. Put the 88 back to the top of the leaderboard.
Should anything happen, though, to those 2 front leaders, Jake Vanada is in the catbird seat in position number 3 as Mike Duarte and Bobby Tripp continue to battle up front. It's going to be Duarte. No, will give it to Tripp at the line there as we come to 6 to go.
6 laps remaining, and Vanada getting a little tight down in the back, but look at Bobby Tripp. Open up on the outside, gets a good run through 3 and 4, but loose off the corner. Duarte battles back. 20 sees the 50 at the top. Down off the second corner. Tripp has got to regroup, and he's got a strong truck to do it. Edges out ahead of the 50, down into 3 and 4. And while they're going side by side, Rick Martin's making it for a truck battle. He is closed in on the top 3. Takes a look to the outside of Vanada, drops to the bottom off at 2, looking for third.
Here comes Rick Martin down the backstretch. Radical Rick is there on the back bumper of Jake Vanada, but it's continuing to be Bobby Tripp up front, nose to nose with Duarte, as we've got 3 to go.
3 more circuits to go, and these two are putting on a classic battle at the top of the field. Into 3 and 4 with 2 laps to go. Duarte, Tripp at the stripe. Duarte by 8 thousandths. Tripp back up on the outside. Down the back straightaway they go. Tripp with a half a truck down into 3.
Now Bobby Tripp going to try to take the lead away from Mike Duarte. Out of 4, white flag. 1 more to go.
Down into 1 and 2 for the final time. Bobby Tripp up on the outside, Mike Duarte down low. Tripp with a nose advantage into 3 and 4 with a checkered flag in the air. Duarte battles back down low. A strong one off the corner. Is it enough? Down to the stripe. It is Bobby Tripp with his first win of the season by 11 thousandths of a second over Mike Duarte. Jake Vanada in for third, Rick Martin fourth, and Brittany Campbell rounding out the top 5. That is some absolute fantastic racing. How about a round of applause? Our Sport Truck feature winner by 11 thousandths of a second. First win of the season for Bobby Tripp. Climb out of the truck. How about a round of applause for the first time in 2023 back in victory lane? Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Tripp.
That was awesome.
Congratulations. That was a classic battle between you and Mike out there.
It was. That was great, man. I got to thank him for not running me hard, not running into me or anything like that. It was just a nice, good, clean race. It was a lot of fun.
You've struggled a lot this year with this truck, trying to find the right balance for you. Yeah. Tonight, you found it, and it worked really well.
Yeah, we struggled. I think as many races we had is that many setups in it.
Yeah. I think you got the one you need to go with, though.
Yep, after 4 springs today, I think, we found something that works a little better than the rest of them.
How does it feel working that outside for that 20 laps and being able to just edge them out?
You know, he turned me on. Duarte turned me on to that a few weeks ago. He says, the outside goes really fast. I'm like, really? I says, yeah, and it is. It's a lot faster, and I hope it stays that way because it really puts some good racing out here.
It really does. It's got to feel real good to get back to victory lane. I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my wife. I always seem to forget that one.
Yeah, can't forget that one.
No. So everybody else involved. I mean, I got Steve and his family, Steve Love and his family. They're all great to me. They help me out a lot. Eric's out here all the time with me this year. I got to thank Roy. I got to thank Bob. Everett's Auto Parts. I mean, they put it all here for me, and I just appreciate all the fans coming out and just keep this place alive, right?
Getting closer to that chase for the championship, you got to feel your confidence level got a big jump today.
Oh, yeah, well, for sure. I mean, I was 5 points out of losing this thing today. So I knew I had to do well, and that was more than I expected. That was really good.
Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane. Bobby, very close second place here. Mike, a great run. You and Bobby put on a great show for the fans.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's the second time this year. Second time. Well, this time I was on the inside, though.
It's got to feel good, though. The two of you ran side by side. I don't think you touched once, but you know the truck is right there where you need it to be.
Yeah, I couldn't get the drive off. I was better in 3 and 4 than Bobby. Bobby was better in 1 and 2 than me. The only way I was probably going to pull that off is if I ran him dirty in 1 and 2. I'm not going to do that.
And he credited you with telling him the outside lane was better. Do you regret that now?
No, Bobby's been doing this long. He's forgotten more about racing than I've learned. So if he figures out the outside, the outside's great. If you can handle it, you got a big advantage here because it's tough getting drive off on the bottom.
Well, I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my crew, George Turgey. It was stout. I just needed 2 thousandths again?
11.
11. See, getting even worse. But, my dad, Sandy, Kyle, my brother. No, we're doing 2 tonight, so I'm sorry to hold up the show again as quick as I can. Roach's Landscaping, Boss Lady Graphics, Farrier's Oil and EJ Auto Service for giving me a 11 thousandths chance, Bobby.
Congratulations, great second place run. And third place, Jake Vanada. And Jake, you got to sit there and watch it all unfold in front of you a few times. Looked like you might have had a little bit of an opportunity on the inside.
Yeah, there was a couple of chances. We probably could have driven it down in there, but it's not what racing is. You're not going to just drive in there and wreck the 2 guys. And it's what people saw and the fans saw tonight is what racing's all about. These guys were so clean. It was a pleasure to watch, and it was a pleasure to kind of be a part of it. So, tough week, a busy week for our guys. It was a long one, but I got to thank them. Got to thank my wife, my daughter. My in-laws are here, so hi to them. Got to thank my dad. My mom, if I didn't already, Jay Daniel, Dave Gilbert, Ron Boris, just a lot of fun. I want to say hi to a couple of friends here tonight, Shaquila and Jimmy Cutting, so I appreciate them coming out.
Congratulations, great third place run.